Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Royal Instinct. Today we're going to be watching a video about the UK recession. Why am I making these videos? We're literally at the end of times of human existence. The World Economic Forum has decided that it knows better than most of humanity, that they will get the global elites together to form a plan of how to take over the world, how to become the ultimate decision makers. And it's over, guys. It is over. There's not going to be any uprising. There's not going to be any protests. There's not going to be any fights or wars to come. Humanity has kind of given up. Humanity will listen to information like this and think it's crazy, that it's just a conspiracy, that it's fear mongering. However, if you look around you, if you really see and do some research on what's going on, you'll quickly realize it's that these people want you. They want you out. They want to take over. They want to be in control of everything. And the way to combat this, okay, and because most people will not believe that this is happening, that they can't fathom that it sounds too dystopian, it sounds too crazy, it sounds too conspiratorial. Most people will not do anything about this, but there are a few people who can see what's happening, who understand what's happening, who can see where the world is going to right now. And if you are someone like me who wants to be in control of their sovereign rights, if you want to be your own sovereign person, you have to become a king. Okay. And you might think, oh, this sounds crazy. Like, how could you be a king? You know, you have to be related. You have to be part of the royal family to be a king. No, that is not how it actually works. To be a king is you need to dethrone the current king. Okay. And what country do I want to be the king of? Well, we live on Earth. We exist. Sorry, we live on Earth. We live in each our individual countries. However, we exist on a new country called the internet. And on the internet, there is no king at the moment, right? It's a bunch of people who can rise to the top right now. Okay, like you can rise to the top. And the way you rise to the top is by becoming famous, by becoming someone who is of value to people, someone who is seen as an authority. And then once you do that, once you have your own following, you create a digital um nation, right? For example, if you have your own forum on Discord, for example, like you're that is the new country, right? That is a place where people congregate and discuss ideas around. You're literally building your own countries online, right? Um, the metaverse is coming, guys. Like it's going to be here. You're going to be able to have your own virtual country, but only the people who are wealthy and only the people who are famous. Okay, so you have to become both. And the best way to become rich is by becoming famous because you can monetize your fame. The way you become famous, the way you become famous is by picking something that you're passionate about, by becoming the subject matter expert on it, by becoming the authority on it, by being the main person who's the face of that subject. And I will teach you how to do that. I will show you how to do that. Go to royalinstinct.com if you want to be part of this movement. But eventually you rise to the top, you become famous, you become filthy rich, and then once you're at the top, right, you're seen as a king. Once you're seen as a king, you can build your kingdom. Once you have a kingdom, you become the decision maker. You become part of the elites, right? It'd be hard to kick you out, and it won't just be you by yourself. You have me alongside you, and I'm looking for 100 people to go on this journey with. If you think you're going to be one of those 100 people, just imagine 100 of us with a following of 10,000 each, right? We can literally change the course of humanity together. However, there's only a small window of opportunity left. You know, AI is about to come. It's going to make sure that this isn't possible in the future. So we have to act quickly. We have to move quickly. We have to become the leaders that the world needs. We have to become the leaders that we need ourselves. We have to lead ourselves into battle, right? But you won't be alone. There'll be me and 98 others, at least 100 of us, kings, building our kingdoms, taking over. And if you feel like this is something you want to do, then please join me. But let's get to the video today. Why is this video not playing? Hang on.
Government. However, as recession hits the UK, the Prime Minister says his economic plan has started to deliver. Deliver what? A shit in the post? An eviction notice? A terminal cancer diagnosis?
So this person's not very happy with what the Prime Minister is delivering on. And you have to understand is the global leaders who are in charge have been bought, right? They don't, you know, they've been bribed, they've been blackmailed, they've been bought by secret agents, secret shadow organizations. And a lot of these people see that stuff that the politicians are saying is false. They see the impact it has on their country. So this is obviously Britain, but this is going on all over the world, right? And look, I'm a British citizen, right? But I'm of Indian heritage. I'm Punjabi. My parents were immigrants to Germany, and then we moved to England. I'm a British citizen. I was born in this country. I am British, right? However, I'm also a British Asian, right? And British Indian, whatever you want to call it. Because ethnically, I'm Indian still, right? Like my whole ancestry is Indian, Punjabi. Right? There's a immigration crisis going on in the world right now, where each government is bringing in thousands and thousands upon immigrants, and these native people are getting very frustrated. You know, they're going to start blaming the ethnics, the immigrants. However, and the person like myself, right, to a white person, he all he sees is just skin color, will very quickly put me in that category. So it's we're at a point where I think there could be a race war. There could be a lot of demographical problems coming up. There's no way to save yourself. Like for example, like if I was to now move back to India, those people don't want me either. Do you know what I mean? They would say like, oh well, you haven't lived in this country your whole life. You can't come here now, right? Just because that the other countries kicked you out. It's we're coming to a place where there are no more solutions left. The only solution there is left is to become famous and become a subject matter expert. Reach the top, become one of the policymakers, and because you are a good person, this channel attracts very very good hearted people. You will also want the best for the world, and you can be the leader that the world deserves.
Diagnosis. What exactly is it you're delivering, Mr. Sunak? What you appear to be delivering is a recession. What you're delivering is a record 2.1 million people regularly using food banks. With
the other thing about the UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is he's married to a Indian nationalist, whose mother and father-in-law are very high up in the Indian government, in the political party. They're regular donors. They own a lot of stock in Amazon. They help facilitate, I believe, the Amazon in India, and he gave a lot of government contracts to his or tax breaks to his his wife's companies. I mean, these people look out for their own self-interest. That they're using your country's point of authority. You're expecting them to be your leader, and they go around plundering the taxpayers' money. And no wonder you have a person like this who's absolutely frustrated.
The number of children in food poverty doubling in the last year. 7.6 million patients on NHS waiting lists. This is not a record to be proud of. It's a source of national shame. What are you delivering, Mr. Sunak? Dead flowers, gone off milk, an aborted fetus? What you're delivering, Mr. Sunak, is profit. Whilst 7 million households choose to go without heating, British Gas sees a 10...
Yeah, there is a cost of living crisis. People being squeezed left, right, and centre. We saw in the last video I did a breakdown about the farmers' protest. Farmers are getting squeezed, and then those costs get passed down to you, the regular citizen of the world. Who if your leaders are causing all this, who do you go to complain? Do you wait 4 years until the next election and think, all right, the next guy is going to do right by me? Just look at all the elections throughout your lifetime. Look at 20 years before you were born. Every politician comes in, they promise you some sort of bullshit, and they never deliver. Okay, I watched. There's a documentary called "The Obama Deception." People think Barack Obama is this wonderful president. He's a wonderful role model, but just look at what he did during his time in office. Everything he said he would deliver on, he didn't. He didn't do fuck all. And they get your hopes up. All they're good at is lying into your face. Okay, they're literally sociopaths. They don't give two fucks about you or your life. All they care about is tricking you. This is my opinion. I believe they're psychopaths. I believe they really get off on tricking you, on telling you one thing, like lying to your face, and then not doing it, and then they sit back thinking like, oh, I can't believe I said that, and then I didn't deliver on it, and then still people like me. Like, I think that they have this instinct in them to keep misleading people, and like these are your leaders, guys. Like, these are the people in charge. You can't trust your governments. You can't trust the science. Jeffrey Epstein is probably blackmailing. If Jeffrey Epstein's dead, if you believe he's dead, there's probably another guy who's doing the same sort of shit. These government agencies are blackmailing people left, right, and center to bring them under their to push their narrative, to push their policies. And they've all been compromised. So who do you believe? Who do you trust? At the end of the day, there is no one to trust anymore. So therefore, you have to become the leader that the world needs. You have to become someone who is seen as a leader. And the way to do that is by becoming a subject matter expert in whatever thing you're passionate about. Because we're making it as easy as possible for you guys. Pick something that you're passionate about. Become the subject matter expert. Rise to the top. And once you're at the top and you've established authority, you can then start taking over, building your kingdom, being a king, taking over, becoming a policymaker, and bringing about real change to the world. Because the world needs leaders, guys. Right? That there are none left. And if you ever thought that this is the part of the film where you have the call to adventure, it's like I turn up and I'm like, right, this is what needs to be done. And you get to decide right now, am I going to say yes, or am I going to be a coward and just snooze and just let whatever happens is going to happen? But if you want to take things into your own hands, if you want to go and fight that fight against evil tyranny that's about to come, because AI is going to displace your jobs, whatever job you have, AI is going to do it. Some robot's going to be able to, even if you're a chef, some robot's going to be able to cook a better meal than you. If you're a farmer, like you're fucked already. The only thing that's going to be left is be an elite, rise to the top, and then save the people that follow you.
Fold leap in profits from 72 million to 751 million. 751 million pounds, which is just a tiny bit more than the Prime Minister and his wife's net worth. Welcome to the last 14 years with an economy run by a series of multi-millionaire grifters, one of which was a known tax dodger, one of which blew a £30 billion hole in the economy, and if the rumours are to be believed, the present multi-millionaire Chancellor is about to deliver further cuts to public services in favour of tax cuts. I mean, when in the last 14 years have you not been cutting public services? There's nothing left to cut. Social care, health care, childcare, elderly care.
And you can see just how angry this person is, right? Like you can see the passion here. Wait, let me just minimize myself. You can see the passion. He's red in the face. You know, he's absolutely frustrated because he can see all the bullshit around him that's going wrong, but he can't do anything himself, right? He reports on this stuff, and I applaud him for trying. He needs to not only just raise this issue and on his YouTube channel, he needs to become the expert on this, right? He needs to be seen as the authority in this, and only then will he gain a following big enough for people to understand what he's saying, to fight alongside him and you know, displace these evil people who are in charge, who are literally like he wouldn't you rather have this guy be in charge of your country? 100% that like this person would be a better prime minister than the current prime minister. 100% believe it. However, he's not able to run. Right? He's not able to run because he doesn't have a big enough following. I think he's got 100,000 followers on YouTube. I'm just looking this up now. Hang on, let me see. He's got 100,000 followers. Just bear with me, guys. Yeah, he's got 100,000 followers. He makes political YouTube videos. Well, and now my internet starts to slow down. We'll get to it in a minute, but just wait. Hang on. Yeah, but he's very passionate about it. He's very frustrated about it. But he's also unable to do anything because he's not building his kingdom. He's not becoming someone who people see as an authority. He needs to be the leader that the world needs. He's here online screaming his head off. But he's not. He's unable to do anything about it.
Any care about anything whatsoever unless it's profit. All you care about is profit, business. And I mean big business, not small business. Last year, the UK had the most small business insolvencies since the 2008 crash. The 2008 crash that Rishi Sunak helped cause and profited from greatly. Look it up. Yeah, there's nothing left to cut. The rail system doesn't work. It's fucked. Oh, no, it isn't. Look at these profits. The water and sewage system in this country doesn't work.
I mean, he's showing real passion here. He wants to do something, but he doesn't know what to do. And just on his YouTube channel, yeah, he's got about 800,000 followers. He's a UK news reporter. Jonathan Pye is his name. His YouTube channel is called Jonathan Pye. Brutally honest views of the world, politics. To see Jonathan Pye, and he's got some sort of tour. Great, but he's, as as passionate as he is, he's not able to do anything because he is not a king. Because he is not a king, right? So he isn't able to help people build a following. And he's just less frustrated. What you need to do is to become a subject matter expert, build a following, and then decide to do better than this guy.
No one voted for Brexit so they could take their daily morning dump, safe in the knowledge it'll be floating in the English Channel by tea time. Yeah, but look at these profits. What are you delivering on? Education, making a conscious choice not to invest in education to the point where schools are crumbling whilst massively racking up the private cost of further education, and at the same time giving private schools tax breaks when most of your education...
I mean, he looks like he's just about to have a stroke here. You know, do you want to live life under so much stress for the rest of your life? You want to live life positively. You want to have a positive contribution. And you know, at least this guy's highlighting what's going on. So I do applaud him for that. But, you know, what's the solution, Jonathan Pie? What is the solution? Like as stressed as you are, as unhappy as you are, what do? You need to be the one running this country. You need to be the one being the prime minister, dethroning him. But you're unable to do it because you haven't built your kingdom. You haven't become a king. And how do you do that, right? He's already there. He's nearly got 1 million followers, subscribers on YouTube. But you need to monetize what you're doing. You need to show the people a better way. You need to build a following who's going to support you and who will eventually vote for you, right? Like he could literally dethrone the people in government, but because he's just very angry about it, but doesn't do nothing about it, like he gets nowhere. And it's a sad state of affairs. I mean, Jonathan Pie, if you want to become, if you feel like you want to be the next Prime Minister of the UK, you very well could, and I could help you achieve that goal. Go to royalinstinct.com, Jonathan, and sign up to the mentorship. But most people won't. Most people don't have the balls to do it. Most people don't have the ambition to do it. If you feel like you want to be a leader, that there are no leaders, you are as angry as this guy, and you feel like you could do things a lot better, you need to build a kingdom alongside me. Together, we will dethrone the current charlatans, the current liars who are running this world.
Policy revolves around attempting to stop teachers' rights to strike. You're not delivering on education. What are you delivering on? Help for the most needy? When you outsource the benefits office and the benefits helpline to a private company whose main motivation is profit, when the private sector decides who deserves help and who doesn't, the government is essentially saying it can't do its job, that it's given up on delivering. We are constantly being told by multi-millionaires that there isn't enough money. That if you can't live off 40p a day, you're not trying hard enough. That homelessness and destitution is a lifestyle.
And things are going to get a lot worse. You know, we are literally at the end of the game. AI is going to come and it's going to make at least 50 to 80% of the workforce redundant. They're going to be jobless, and then where are they going to get food from, right? The government's going to come in and save the day, right? And what is their solution going to be? Well, look, for the rest of your life, we'll provide food, energy, and shelter for you. In exchange, give us all your property and assets, okay? Like, they literally will rob you blind because you'll be so desperate, right? You have no other options, no other alternative but to sign over all your assets. You will own nothing, but the government will keep you happy. And how will they keep you happy? You know, they'll plug you into the metaverse, right, where you play video games and can have all the fun that you want. You'll eat bugs that taste like fried chicken. So, you know, you'll be like, oh, it tastes really good. So I don't really care what I eat as long as it tastes good. You'll make your health will deteriorate, your mental health will deteriorate. You'll have no social life apart from in the metaverse. And then God knows if it's AI, if it's real, if it's, you know, you'll never ever touch another human being in your life once you plug into metaverse. 30% of 18 to 30-year-olds are sexless virgins. They've never had a single relationship. And that number's going to keep increasing. Not for the elites, however. So the only thing that is left to do is join them, overthrow them, and then become the policymaker, become the leader that the world needs. It's literally just what, you know, it's only saving the future of humanity, right? Like, if you ever felt insignificant in your life, if you ever felt like, I had a cousin, and he said he felt insignificant. He thought he was always his whole life waiting for that moment where in the film where he gets that call to action, that something he will do something great, but it never comes. He said to me, well, this is the moment in your life where you can go and do something great, right? I'm literally telling you that this is the moment. This is the call to adventure, and it's down to you to take it. If you want to take it, go to rawinstinct.com and we can work together to find a solution to the world's problems, to what the world needs, to how we're going to make you famous. How do we make you a subject matter expert? How do we make you an influential influencer so you can rise to the top, make a bunch of money, get all the social opportunities, get all the business deals, date the hottest women in the world, because you'll be the one true leader that's left. If you think that this is something that you want to be part of, then hit me up and then we can work together to find some sort of solution. Because literally, like, if me and you don't do it, no one else is going to do it.
Choice. There isn't any money. Although they're perfectly happy spending 1.5 billion on a barge full of listeria and 400 million on Rwanda just for shits and giggles and a favourable headline in the Daily Telegraph. 400 million! But apparently, when it comes to child poverty, there isn't any money. We all need to tighten our belts. The only thing you are delivering is record profits. But hey, when all your chums and donors and family are millionaires and billionaires, I guess it makes sense to keep them happy. Because apparently,
I mean, you know, what he's saying is true. Is they only care about their own, right? Like, they're, you know, for all you know, right? Like, China wants to be the world leading power. They want to dethrone America. For all you know, is China's already won in the background. Right, and it's approached all the world leaders and said, look, we've won. This is how it's going to work. If you don't listen to us, we'll fuck you up. Maybe they've compromised them. And said, however, if you implement our policies, if you do as we say, we will find a very nice position for you. We will keep you and your family be the leader of this country. Okay. Your family for the rest of eternity will be provided for. We'll get rid of 80% of the world's population, but your family and your lineage will survive. That'd be a pretty cool deal, okay? And if that is the deal going around, wouldn't you want that deal? Right? Like, wouldn't you want that option? Okay, I'm not telling you to become a leader to sell the world, the country out, to sell your soul. However, you need to be in those rooms where those discussions are held. You know, you need to be able to make better choices than these false leaders who've literally sold you out. You know, like they don't give two shits about you. The end is here. You have a 2-year period where before AI takes over, where you can still make some sort of positive impact on the world. And if you feel like this is something you want to do, if you feel like this is something that is your destiny, you always felt like you were destined to do something great, this is your moment, right? Go to royalinstinct.com, build your kingdom. I will show you how to do it. You can build it, your kingdom, alongside me, and together we will take on the evils of the world and lead humanity to a better place. But until next time, peace and take care of yourselves.